Are we ready? We are ready. Okay. Well, welcome everyone to the Two-Way Street Coffee House. Coffee House been in operation for 51 years. Every Friday night for 51 years, times 52 weeks. Do the math. A lot of people have come through this stage. So anyway, we are hybrid again tonight. There's a camera that's mounted on the ceiling over there in a box. It only sees the stage. So if you're not supposed to be here, don't be worried. My name is John, and I'm your host tonight. And yeah, we are a listening room. And I say especially to our younger crowd, we are a listening room. So if you don't want to see that evil stare, when the performer is playing, we are listening. And we're following the CDC guideline, which is preferred but not required on the masks. So my wife said I have to wear a mask because I'm old. We're an all-volunteer staff. Been all-volunteer for 51 years. Tonight, we've got the lovely Miss Jennifer behind the counter. You can tell because she's our only lady tonight. We got the Tim sitting down doing the sound and the camera. And remember my name. What is my name? Thank you. Thank you. Like I say, we've been in operation for 51 years. Tonight, we've got Kyle Rashe in the coffee house. And this is his first time on the Two-Way Street stage. And he's got quite a nice audience tonight. Hopefully you won't hit any clinkers. But remember to be kind to him. Don't throw anything at him or boo or, that sort of thing. But there's a flyer on the table that gives you a more in-depth bio on Kyle. And on the back side, it shows you who's coming up in the next month or so here. We are pretty well booked every Friday night through the end of the year. Turns out this is a great spot to be. So with that, yeah, say there, Kyle, would you like to play some music? All right, then I'm going to step back.
It's the Rashe family reunion in Downers Grove. Got a lot of kids here. I'm gonna have to clean it up. There's gonna be a lot of fusses in my song. All right, I'm gonna take you through this first song. It's called Slices, and it's one of the first songs I wrote when I really got back into writing, and it's kind of a get to know Kyle song, so we'll start with that one. I dropped all the classes, I packed up the Mercury. I had eyes on Colorado, a guitar in my backseat. I got eye out in those canyons, I made songs I cared to sing. One of the slices of life I wouldn't trade for anything. I saw a city for the taking, man, it took me for a loss. I poured coffee for poor call girls, trying to translate for the bosses. Traded jingles to record, spent most nights on the floor. One of the slices of life I wouldn't care for anymore. Home felt like I'd failed, and so I used all that I could to keep me out of my head. Man, the getting then was good. Oh, it left me all alone, though I let it follow me around. One of the slices of life you spend some others living down. Oh, met on the veranda, and then we married in the church. We've had ups and downs, just sorting out the better from the worse. Oh, the kisses and collisions, now the dishes and the lawn. Yeah, that's a slice, is a life I like to hang my hat upon. Me, I'm still singing, now I'm writing songs again. You know, I've always known I'd be here, but only just realized I'd left. Oh, the babies came in minutes, and now they're all my little girls. Yeah, that's the slice of my life I love the most in this whole world. So raise a glass to living, pour another one to death, and all the slices of life we haven't even tasted yet. There's no etching around the sorrow, the regret, or empty cups. No, that's the price of a life, is all those slices pile up. Oh, it's the price of a life, is all those slices pile up. Thanks, everybody. Feeling good tonight? This is an awesome space. I heard about this place for the first time when I went to, they had a Folk Alliance conference, and they held it up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, where I'm from. A couple years ago, I was playing guitar for a band called Josh Rose and the Founding Fathers, and everyone was talking about the two-way street coffee venue in Downers Grove, and I'm like, my buddy lives in Downers Grove, and he never comes to my shows, so I should go to Downers Grove so that he'll actually come. Because last time I played in Chicago, he showed up sunburned in golf clothes after I played. So, thanks for coming, Chip. Appreciate it, buddy. Creative way of getting out of my music. I write songs for a band called Chain of Lakes. I'm from Alto, Michigan, which is basically Grand Rapids, Michigan. There's one Grand Rapidian here. Davin, thank you. So if you want to find my music on the interwebs, you can just type in Chain of Lakes, and it'll be a middle school choir concert from somewhere in Wisconsin. But if you write Chain of Lakes Band, it'll come up. This song is called Black Ice. You know, it was never really mentioned, one word about a last goodbye. You and me, we were off in our directions, not lost, but it was love, alright. And yet, I don't forget, still no regrets. Honey, how about you? I didn't notice we were slipping, baby, till our tail was spinning wild. Our love hit that black ice, I can see it now. I didn't know we even had it, baby, till it all came to an end. No, we weren't meant for forever, just one hell of a way back when. So many songs from broken-hearted folks mourn the one that got away. You and me, I think we're onto something, darling. Nail that high note and leave that stage, and yet I don't forget, still no regrets. Honey, how about you? I didn't notice we were burning, baby, till our flame had flickered out. Our love froze to black ice, I can feel it now. I for forever, just one hell of a way back when. Oh, our heads never left their perch over our heels. Maybe that's the time to take a dive before it gets real. But if we weren't growing together, we sure spun a wicked wheel. Oh, some love needs to leave to be revealed. I didn't know what we were sipping, baby, till our love was blacking out. Pour one more over black ice. We smiled and took 'em down. Now all that I remember is we had it, baby, and without some awful end. Yeah, we weren't meant for forever, just one hell of a way back when. Oh, we weren't meant for forever, just one hell of a way back when. Thanks, everybody. So it got kind of cold again, huh? Did you guys have the hot streak we had up in Michigan down here? Do you guys have people that complain about it being cold in Chicago where you live? Do you? Like it's not the most predictable thing in the entire freaking world? Like there's a lot of stuff that we can't predict in the world, but one of them that we absolutely can predict is that it's gonna get cold, like right around now. Everywhere around here, right about now, every single year, and it just it drives me nuts when I hear people complain about the cold. It's like one good coat solves like all of the problems, and you can like keep it in your back seat. You can keep it in your backpack. Like just have one good coat. Like I don't know. I wrote a song about it. It's called "Next Few Winters," and it alienates all of my audiences. So I'm glad that you guys laughed at that joke. You've never seen a leaf crash heavy. They all fall gentle by design. What luck, getting let down easy. Boy, talk about a damn good way to die. Nail the landing and say goodbye. Four seasons make a year here. Not one sneaks in by surprise. Oh, the days fade to night, and the fires get burned inside. Talk about a damn good place to lie on the floor there, fireside. My north peninsula, I feel inclined to defend a picture perfect winter, 'cause it's my home where the wise dress warm. Oh, we know this to be true. The next few winters here will be cold too. It's not freezing unless you're freezing. And winter gives all its moves away. So if you're caught by surprise in December's snow and ice, talk about a dumbass reason to whine. Sorry, kids. My North Peninsula, I feel inclined to pretend it's all picture perfect winter, 'cause it's my home and the wise dress warm. We know this to be true. Oh, the next few winters here will be cold too. Finding tracks in the snow beneath the white moon glow. All gone, gone if not for winter. Sawing shoreline wood in our fox fur hoods. All gone, gone if not for winter. In the sunburned chins, in the slush-soaked mittens. All gone, gone if not for winter. In the ice glass waves, in the dune sled races. Gone if not for winter. Burning wood inside as a blizzard winds and winds and winds. Gone, gone if not for winter. So my mom asked me to, I kind of say she commissioned this next song, but she really didn't. But every time I write a song about someone else, she's like, there's like 9 months there where you grew inside of me, and I was thinking maybe you could. So I actually finished this song in our cabin up in northern Michigan. And I don't know, I never really planned to play it out that much, but my nieces and my sister came to a show in Detroit a while ago now. I feel like it was warm outside then. And I played it then, and they liked it, and they're here. So I'm going to play it again. This is called Italia's Pearls. My grandmother was a first-generation Italian, and her name was Italia. And she did not grow up with wealth or of means per se, but she was always very lovely and presentable, and she had this pearl necklace that my mom always liked, and my mom stole it from her. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be funny if that was how the song ended? That's not true. No. It's more delicate than that, I promise. No. It just got really quiet and I felt uncomfortable. So, yeah, but yeah, she ended up, it kind of got passed through the family, and that's what this song is about. It's called Italia's Pearls. It was 1904, the year Italia was born to Fortunato and his darling Luisa. 5 years since the move from North Italy to Ashtabula, North Ohio's rivermouth town, 2 hours east of Cleveland. And with nothing but a rosary, raised 7 kids, the family could pray the sacred mysteries together. And she wasn't into fancy things, she was good as far as she could see. Didn't get much fancier to her than a rosary. simple strand of bright white pearl. In 1924, the year Italia let Fortunato walk her down the aisle, the Mary Victor. And so it came to be that Italia got that wedding ring. Victor couldn't get it on her finger any quicker. And they made their home in North Detroit, a daughter and two altar boys, and all could pray the Rosary together. And the butcher loved the butcher's wife, happy home and happy life. The good Lord got his thanks each night from her. And her rosary for her wedding ring, with a simple wish for bright white pearls. And then the world waged war on one another, and Italia was a soldier's mother. Her rosary grew worn from all her prayers for his return. Somewhere there in the Pacific, son recalled his mother's wish list, had a Mickey Moto necklace hand tied just for her. 1960, Victor died and left Italia here behind to age and beam with pride on all the grandkids. My mother was one of those, and since the day that she was born, always adored when Grandma Italia wore that favorite necklace. And a few years before my Nana died, she pulled my mother aside, said, well, I'm alive, these eyes are gonna see these on you, girl. And the calendar turned the century, and Natalia died with family and everything she wanted in the world. Her rosary and her wedding ring and a family strand of bright white pearls. And my mother had 10 pearls removed and saved them all in sets of 2. And for every first communion, each of her own 5 granddaughters. It's a rosary and a shiny pair of earrings made from dear Italia's pearls. That one's hard to sing with my mother in the room. Turn around. Let's joke. Oh, it is good to be here. These are like my favorite shows. These are the best shows to play. I'll tell you what. John and Jen were, when they got here, John had his list of things that he had to tell me. He was like, now this is a listening room, so it might not be something that you're used to. And I was like, oh, no. I drove all the way here for this. Like, I'm done with the bar stuff, I promise. There's something about singing about your grandma's, family necklace while someone's ordering a shot. And it's like, that super hurts my feelings. This next song I wrote, there's a lot of Get to Know Kyle songs tonight. I hope you guys can just tuck in. This is going to be a long one. But this one kind of talks about that. I don't think that my story and like finding songs is that unique. A lot of us kind of learn to sing at home and in church and stuff, and then when we, started playing the bar scene and everywhere else. And I remember thinking, like, because you start playing in church and people are really attentive and listening to you, and then you're like, I can't wait to play those bars, but that looks like so much more fun. And then you play in the bars and you're just like, I mean, and when I was doing it in like college and stuff, it was like heavy smoking days and stuff, and like I wouldn't be able to talk for like days afterwards, and it was because I was smoking all the cigarettes. And then music just kind of came back to me a little bit. I think a lot of it was my kids. My twin girls were born when my daughter was almost 2. So that took a huge chunk out of the music life. But it kind of brought a lot of different kind of music to my life too, because we have a pretty musical household, and we just singing lullabies and stuff. I kill the lullabies, you guys. If you guys think this is good, you should let me tuck you in, because I will crush it. I promise. I get a ton of practice every night, and my kids will let you know if you screw up. Let me tell you. So yeah, this song is called The Wedding Singer, and if I have sang in your wedding, it's not about you. I was a wedding singer before, but most of those end in divorce. Not because of my singing, but it sure got me thinking, not doing that gig anymore. I was a barroom singer for years, Jim Beam, Oasis, and beers. Will I do that again, just to sing with Flint? Man, I wish that kid was still here. Corner of the bar, superstar, top shelf above the bar stage. It's where I sing and play the night away, while you all watch the game. Flynn and I used to have this thing, we'd play at this place called Oak City Grill. It's downtown Royal Oak. And sometimes it was a pretty cool venue, but there were also Red Wings games on a lot. And so we started doing this thing where when the Red Wings scored and people would clap like in the middle of our songs, we'd steal, like if you guys ever watched the Colbert Report when he steals his audiences, like we would stop and like bow. Like they were clapping for us whenever the Red Wings scored. That's a little aside in the middle of the song. I still sing hallelujah in church, but I'm not all that sold on the words. But I'll gladly play covers for the faithful others. If it turns out they're right, it can't hurt. Choir, loft, guitar, superstar, most those chords are the same. And my recessionals sound professional and get you home for the game. My star shines bright as can be right around bedtime. I'll start to sing, I'm a bona fide lullaby king. And an old campfire troubadour, I couldn't love dancing flames more. Yeah, we'll pass the guitars under real country stars, and it warms my soul to the core. Corner of the yard, superstar. No one mispronouncing my name. I found an audience of songwriter friends, so you can have your damn game. So I have a record done. It's finished. It's getting mastered right now. It's called Catch. And I'm proud of it. It was quarantine was unique for musicians because all there was left to do was really write, which is the part that pretty much the only part that I love. Like this is great, but this is not what it's always like. And there's a whole lot of driving and packing up and practicing and set lists and gear and everything else that goes into this hour and a half. That's awesome, but the writing part for me was always the real goal, and I got to just do a ton of that. And like I was made to be home from my day job too, so I was like, yeah, I'm the only person that will I'm not trying to like be insensitive to the tragedy of COVID, but I sure liked the days off, let me tell you. So yeah, I had this pile of songs, and I hooked up with a producer in Grand Rapids named Josh Kaufman at Local Legend Recordings, and he distilled them down to 11, and we went into the studio and made a record. It's going to be out I'm releasing, there's a show up in Grand Rapids on May 13th, but it'll probably be available online before that. So, again, if you look up Chain of Lakes Middle School in Wisconsin, you can find it online. Just kidding. Look up Chain of Lakes Band or Kyle or something. But this is on that record. It's called Monsters. I have a group that I started over quarantine. It's just kind of like a accountability songwriter group that me and my buddies are in. There's like 12 of us. And we would just give each other a prompt and be like, you had to put up a video of your song by the end of the month. Or during quarantine, it was like the end of the week, but that got stretched out when we all got responsibilities again. And one of my best friends, Justin Stovepipe Stover, he's a phenomenal songwriter, and he's the weirdest songwriter too. He'll write like crazy, like he writes like these like gothic folk songs about like graveyard games and stuff, but he's super funny and he's awesome, but he always picks these prompts that are like monsters, and I can't stand them, but like a lot of my good songs come out of these things for some reason. I don't know. I always think they're like kind of a joke, and I'm frustrated with it, but then I get songs out of it that I actually like. So this is called Monsters. All the monsters I meet seem to be absurd versions of me. Even stranger it seems, they're all etched in impressions I leave, and my monsters strike true and then retreat like defeat season troops. Watch the pendulum swing, war for more absurd versions of me. I realize that I stole the luck from some star falling by when you said you'd have me and hold me for the whole long haul. Monsters and all. All the monsters I meet can't be seen, and I tend to agree. So here's to working on me into a slightly less absurd version for you. I realize it's not a fight unless you're clawing for your life. Till death do us part, you have my whole heart at your beck and call. monsters and all. This is it. We are the fort. I'll show you mine. You show me yours. Oh, I know you. I know about your absurd versions too. And I'm gonna love you. I'll even insist we combine your monsters and mine. Your monsters and mine. My nieces drove all the way from Woodridge to Detroit for a show. So they're my favorites. They get to come backstage. Matthew skipped it. Where is he? Championship basketball. Yeah, the damn game. That's right. I'm going to your damn game tomorrow, so play hard, brother. We'll be rooting for you. All right. So, again, with I started writing a lot more different kinds of songs during the last couple years, and I kind of experimented with writing songs for other artists, which has been pretty liberating. I wrote like 6 or 7 songs for a new musical, and then I wrote a couple for a couple country artists, and this one of my friends in Grand Rapids that's an outstanding writer. He was actually on, I think he was on American Idol or The Voice or something. I should ask him before I talk about it into microphones. But his name's Jake Mellema, and he has an awesome band called the Union Guns. And he's like one of the best guitar players I know, and he's this outstanding singer, but he doesn't write. He by his own admission, he doesn't write. I'm telling him that he can definitely write. He's so good. But yeah, we kind of got together to hash one out, and he had this idea for a phrase called half a dozen strings. He wanted to write this song about half a dozen strings, like a guitar 6-string, and that was pretty much all that was pretty much all he gave me. But we got together, and he just kind of brought me through his path. He grew up in a family band with his dad, and we had similar paths in how like our kids and music kind of melded together at the end, but this song for the most part kind of follows his story. So this one is for Jake, and it's called Half a Dozen Strings. They say I was born with a guitar in my hands, family rite of passage, sitting in with my old man. Soon as he saw I had it, I was playing in his band. Just a kid, wide-eyed and fancy-free. Out of the whole wide world, I found half a dozen strings. Wasn't long before I made the road my home. I found a bottle and a band all of my own. Yeah, I've seen every highway through a dirty van window. I had everything I ever thought I'd need. Whiskey, food, and water, and these half a dozen strings. I wasn't ready when my darling stole my heart. we made a daughter, and I knew that was the start of sending out the band for shows without my guitar part. Yeah, the family I was making needed me. I'd finally found me something more than half a dozen strings. Then a call one falls, bad as one can be. Dear friend was dying, rebel cells he couldn't be. And I remembered all those stages that we'd raided as a team. And on the day he died, his bride she handed me an old beat up case of memories and these half a dozen strings. It's funny seeing it, my daughters know somehow. Family rite of passage, and they're singing with me now. And my little one, she'll kill me if I ever put it down. It's the only thing that helps her fall asleep. It's just a prayer with her old man, played on half a dozen strings. And I thank God for that, and these half a dozen strings. This thing where I try to play the last song I wrote at shows. And I'm on a pretty good streak right now, so I'm going to try to hash this one out. My wife and I went to New York City a couple weeks ago. It was like our first vacation that was like for us in like 5 years, I think it was. That was like more than a night away from our children, who we love dearly, and we could not get away from them fast enough. So it was spiritual. But yeah, we love New York. We love the theater and everything else. So we stole away, and yeah, I wrote this song on kind of the way home. And you guys are going to New York like next week, right? Yeah. So don't tell me if you don't like the song, okay? Our LaGuardia car, crazy ride, made Midtown in perfect time. Ordered okay takeout Thai, weekend in the city. Got a solid view of a neon sign, soda water, wedge a line. Room for two, hard-earned free time. Weekend in the city. Sleep till the world wakes us up. City view, the coffee cup. Brooklyn Diner, Breakfast Club. Weekend in the city. Walking shoes, our winter hats, throat lozenges and fanny packs. few shows, but those are only plans. Weekend in the city, marquee colors, Broadway stage, avoiding Times Square like the plague. Still walk through, going the wrong way. Weekend in the city. All it took to get us both outside was a concrete island a few miles wide. Oh, there's nowhere I'd rather hide. Weekend in the city. Held on to each other's gloves. Careful falls right back in love. Singing out our anthem of Weekend in the City. That is not how that song goes. Worked out though. I think I like that way a little bit better. I'm going to play a couple more, and then I guess give me a little bit break, so please spend some dollars on... No, it's okay. You don't have to apologize. It's very polite of you to... Usually people flick me off on the way out, so... Yeah, but spend some money back there. Jen's very approachable, very nice. She whips up a mean cup of hot water. That's all I've tried so far, but it was delicious. Thank you. So yeah, I've been doing this for. I just realized this, Cheppy. You'll laugh about this. I have been like identifying as a songwriter for 21 years. That's like longer than I haven't been a songwriter. So that was kind of like a stark thing, and it's kind of funny when songwriting is one of those things that when you tell someone you're a songwriter, it's a vocation that it's unique and that you have to provide evidence that you actually do it. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you do? Well, I'm in sales. It's like, oh, what have you sold? Anything I heard of? You don't make like teachers procure a brilliant student that they taught. But if you're a songwriter, it's like, oh, where have I heard your stuff, man? And it's like, well, what do you listen to? And it's always an uncomfortable conversation, and it's always at my wife's like Christmas party or something. So this is a song that that I wrote for Dave at the Christmas party. All the Daves. I'm sorry if anyone here is named Dave. But yeah, this is a snarky song. Some songs are made for praying. Some are made to get you naked. Some songs hurt. Most are made to help. Some songs are made for singing quiet. Some to wail on hard as hell. Not a single song wrote or sung itself. Why is it riches or the ditches when you write? You know, obscurity doesn't worry me. It's defending it each night. And I don't base an ounce of faith on making you a new believer. 'Cause it's pretty clear that no one here's heard about you either. Screw you, Dave. Some songs some songs are made for babies. Some are made for making babies. Some are made to get that ass out of your seat. Some songs are made for singing always. Some were destined to forget. Hell, this one's not even finished yet. It's like a fix for an addiction when you write. You know, obscurity kinda works for me. I'm used to working nights. And just 'cause I don't chase some break, don't dare mistake this trade for leisure. And no offense, but none of my friends are fans of your band either. It's like a fix for an addiction when you write. You know, obscurity doesn't worry me half as bad as that spotlight. Thanks, everyone. So I did promise my nieces I would play this next song that I've only played twice in public. And it's about a very good friend of mine. His name is Dude. He was my dog, Dude the dog. And I know what you're thinking, but he was not that great of a dog. He was like my best friend in the entire world, but he was like a terrible dog. Like, he was super smart in like the worst ways that a dog could be. Like, he knew exactly what you were asking of him, and he'd just look at you and be like, I'm not doing it. So, but he was so nice, and he was a good friend of mine for a long time. And he ended up dying, I guess August will be 2 years now. But I wrote this for him, and yeah, it's kind of a cool way to remember him. My buddy Andy Baker always says whenever like hard stuff happens, he's like, "Aren't you glad you're a songwriter, though?" And at first I was like, "No, not at all." But it's kind of it's true. It kind of becomes like a place to put it, where you can like visit it when you want to, maybe. And it's kind of this has kind of become that for me. This song. So you guys asked for the Dude song. This is the Dude song. Dude the dog. Hey, dude, we had a run. You were just a runt. We couldn't find a crate you wouldn't break, so we gave up. We scrapped our plans for how we'd keep you. None of them lasted a week. You snuck up to our bed, and for 11 years, that's where you'd sleep too, right by my side. Yeah, we'd walk the neighborhood each night. I just loved having the dog all the neighbors recognized. They'd yell, "Good dude, good, good dude." Name meant as a joke became the name you grew into. Good dude. Oh, you'd never defecate in the place we designate. The Brandenburgs deserve awards for the poop that they forgave you for. I remember working hard, training you in our side yard. You'd understand each damn command that you'd stare and blatantly discard. Man, you had a motor. Oh, I'd get tired standing, throwing, while you'd sprint yard to yard and back so fast and beg, keep going. Such a good dude, good, good dude. Pain in my neck, but man, my heart was fond of you. Good dude. And you were 6 when we had kids, and you loved them like we did. But I know you took the brunt when we brought home those brand new twins. You fell way, way down my list, man. I truly regret that. You took it on the chin, just for living in our Pac-Man. They'd poke your eyes and pull your tail, pull barrettes on your hair, and you just took it like a champ. And brother, I thank you now for that. You're such a good dude. Good, good dude. You paid us back in all those bags of trash you got into. Good dude. And then you got old before my eyes, and I felt your heart grow tired of trying. You laid your head upon my leg, and that's how we said our last goodbyes. Buddy, I swear I stayed right by your side. We'll see you on down the line, and I can't say this enough, but the privilege was mine. Such a good dude. Good, good dude. You saw me at my worst, you still gave all the best of you. Good dude. Good, good dude. You're easy dog to love, but man, you're a damn hard dog to lose. Good dude.
See, Dave, not a complete waste of time, man.
I'm gonna do one more, and then should we do a break? Yeah. Cool. All right. My buddy Nick James, he's a great songwriter from West Michigan. You guys heard of Founders Brewing Company? You know, like all day IPA. Nick James was like the original open mic host at Founders forever. And he tours around. He's got this hippie bandwagon bus and stuff. He's a super good guy. But he told me he was in my songwriter group, and he heard this song, and he said it was the best set break song he's ever heard. So I play it at my set breaks now. It's about a may or may not be true. Probably not tonight. I remember watching my papa make an art form, ashing his Kent 3100s into arrows as we talked. No wonder I was always first up for secondhand cigarettes and coffee, still the best dang smell known to man. Fa-la-la-la-na nicotine, who knew so young. Fa-la-la-la-na nicotine. I remember watching movies, making them look awesome. Was an easy time to want one. Knew I had to get my hands on that, so I stole Marlboro from the pack behind Dad's car phone. I knew even if he caught on, wasn't dumb enough to say shit about that. Fa-la-la-la-na nicotine, who knew so young. Fa-la-la-la-na nicotine, it'll keep you honest. Fa-la-la-la-na nicotine. Oh, I've never known a villain so dependable. I don't got another surefire breath of calm. Oh, I think I'll do something about tobacco. In fact, I think I'll step out after this song. Just kidding. Fa-la-la-na nicotine, who knew so young. fa la 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 na nicotine. It'll keep you honest, fa la 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 na nicotine. Now I think I want one, fa la 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 na nicotine. 10 minutes then, I think?
Well, we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of bodies here, and there's only 2 washrooms. So get there early and get there often. So Kyle's going to take a short break, and then he'll do a totally new second set. Yes? Oh, good, because otherwise we'd be listening to the same songs over and over again. Now, people wonder why I wear this hat when I'm up under the lights. Avert your eyes, because if I take it off, everybody's going to see my chrome dome. So that's why several people have suggested put on the hat. With that, you ready? I'm just tuning. Oh, okay. So take a short break. Jennifer will be more than happy to help you out there. And we'll be back real soon.
So I had to look up what Downers Grove was named after today because it's not a very happy name if you don't know this place. I saw it, I was like, this is kind of delightful looking. Like, why are you guys? Seems like a downer, kind of, but no, it's named after Pierce Downer. I found it out because of Wikipedia, and Wikipedia never lies. Is it? What was his deal? Like, why did he get a town named after him? How did he earn such an accolade? What's it? Yeah, he found the grove. Yeah, this one's Downers. Yeah. But this has been awesome. Thank you guys for having me. Oh, I do have these. You may have looked and seen a haphazard group of CDRs that I found in my barn from my first record. So I burned every single album I've ever made onto these and tied them together with yarn. And one of my daughters was caught coloring on them, and I was like, let's do that. So I made them color on the rest of them, which sounds like it might violate a child labor law. And you're damn right. Those kids, it's take with those kids. So I was like, get to work. Like, put your finger there, and we're tying yarn and everything. So this is literally, if you guys want to take these home, it's every record I've ever made. There's 5 albums on here. And if you shoot me an email at the Chain of Lakes, like Facebook or whatever, I can shoot you the new one when it's done too, like the digital download or whatever. So please take home music if you like. They're all custom. Eve, Annie, and Kate went to town with some crayons. I think Annie signed even the ones that she didn't help with. So we'll talk more on that later. Yeah. So this next song, my daughters and I, we read this book called Bedtime Stories for Rebel Girls. You guys know those? Yeah. Ooh. Really? No one ever knows about that in my shows. This is great. Awesome. Well, my niece Maria did a project on Marie Curie this year, which was that's kind of one of my favorite people from that book too. And this is my Marie Curie song. So it's called Brave Marie. Brave Marie, broke every barrier she ever did see, and etched one heck of a legacy. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. Born in the late 1860s, Warsaw had never saw anything like a girl this smart, so bold, so free. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. Only 10 when her mother succumbed to TB. Wouldn't be her last brush with tragedy. Took after dad academically. Mighty, mighty smart Marie. Government said college boys only, so she found a secret flying university. Put her sister through school, made her money tutoring. Mighty generous Marie. Brave Marie, brave Marie, broke every barrier she ever did see. Armed only with her wits, she stormed Perry. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. Dead broke, living on toast and tea. Masters of physics by 93. And the next year she followed with a math degree. Head of the class, Marie. In 95 met physicist Pierre Curie. Finally found a fun kind of chemistry. Wasn't one short year before the wedding, man and Marie Curie. Oh, they made elemental discovery, named polonium after her home country. Isolated radium by 1903, the all-star team Curie. Brave Marie, broke every barrier she ever did see. She taught us radioactivity. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. In 06, Pierre, he died tragically. Left behind a widow on a pile of grief. Took on his job, the First Lady, Professor Madame Curie. You know, she didn't even want it when they told her she had won the Nobel for physics. She was the one and only woman, and it wouldn't even be the last one for brave Marie. 'Cause in 1911, more history. Second Nobel, and now she's still the only one to be awarded in physics, then again in chemistry. mighty groundbreaking Marie. Brave Marie, brave Marie, broke every barrier she ever did see. Didn't want a bit of credit, just a whole lot of peace. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. But then war took over 1914. She kept her head down working radiology and made the world's first field x-ray machine. Mighty heroic indeed. But then all her hard work found a cold hard link between radiation and her blood disease. Took her down quick, left the world to grieve the late great brave Marie. You could spend years counting all she achieved. Showed the world a woman's got a mind to speak. Gave all her daughters a real chance to dream like the late great brave Marie. Brave Marie, brave Marie, broke every barrier she ever did see and etched one heck of a legacy. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. Mighty, mighty brave Marie. Mighty, mighty Madame Curie.
Thanks, everybody.
What?
Oh, so yeah, this song is, it's called Father's House, and that was the actually the prompt for this song. It was in one of my groups as well, and it kind of tells a story of just a perspective on some things from a son's perspective, from a father's perspective. This guitar was actually my dad's guitar that he gave to me. It's like the nicest thing I have, probably. It's too fancy for my taste. I tell you what, I'm not good enough to play a guitar like this, but I'll take it, and I'm not giving it back. So, yeah, I love this guitar. Yeah, this song's just kind of about that. So it's called Father's House.
Knotted cedar logs all stained and stacked up in the walls. East facing A-frame, clear to see the lake from. Tucked in a cove there where the route runs out of road. A good old Basset boy passed out beside the wood stove. Some see a cabin, a tack on a map, some price tag attached, some miss the world for the ground. I see my father's house. Inlays and purfling, shining abalone pearl. Sweet Sitka spruce, top classic Martin headstock. Gold tune machines, oh man, as fancy as can be. You gotta close your eyes to know what I mean. Some hear a dreadnought, full growling bass as a treble rides a wave. Some craftsman's fine work of art. I hear my father's guitar. You see a full-grown man with his heart on a sleeve, singing, making songs to make another one. Some see delusion, some see blind deaf delusion. I see my father's son.
Thanks, everybody. Oh, so this next song I wrote for my daughters. One of them in particular. I have 3 little girls, and when you have kids, you kind of like. My wife and I would sit there talking about like all the qualities that we're excited to pass on to our kids. Like, hope she has this quality about you, or hope she likes music like me, and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's difficult when you start to see the qualities that you would never give to anyone that you love pop up in your kids, and it's like, that one was from the Rashe side of the family. So this is about being a support group for your kids when you see them start to endure all the shit that you're struggling with. So this one in particular was from my little Annie. We call her Anne's Bananas, and she's awesome. I think I'm gonna call it Anne's Bananas. Actually, I have to decide because it's on the album. I don't know what to call it. I think I'm just gonna go with Anne's Bananas. She's the Anne's Bananas. We thought we'd call. Oh, I have a really quick thing about this song. So when we first named these girls, I called my sister, and I was like, we named her Annie, and I always loved this song, Gentle Annie. I'm like, we're gonna call her Gentle Annie. We're gonna call her Gentle Annie, and she's like, yeah, you might wanna wait a couple days before you decide that this kid's gonna be gentle. And like, immediately we're like, we're not calling her that anymore. She had these fits from like the first day, and we're like, we love the song Gentle Annie and everything, but that is not her nickname. So it's a little backstory on the Anne's Bananas. I have a wise sister. Do you remember that conversation? We thought we'd call you Gentle Annie. I heard the song and sang it in those first few days. Well, then I saw you pitching a fit, and it sunk in quick. This new kid needed a new nickname. When you were startled, you'd start laughing. And I don't think that I could ever get enough of that game. Well, here I was a grown-ass man trying to scare the bananas out of my own beautiful babe. And then before I even knew it, you were growing up, girl, and the palm of your hand held the whole damn world. My only complaint with this whole dad thing's that you're growing up way too fast for me. Girl, we get that minivan jamming. Think we both trail off in the very same way. And I'm loving how you wail on the wall during your bedtime songs. You're lost, gone to some stage. But there's a fire inside you crackling, and I'm hoping I can help teach you how to tend those flames before you let them burn the years like your dad did the year. I've only got myself to blame. If there's a little bit of you, even a tiny bit bad, there's no doubt now it passed down from your dad. And the lion's share, there's this angel I see. I pray heaven lets a little rub off on me. Well, I know my snuggling days are numbered. I know you can cross without my hand. And I know my name by heart, darling. And there's no forgetting my Anne's Bananas. And I know darkness might find you. And I know that there's plenty in our blood.
So you can ask anything you want to. I'll tell you about every hole I've dug. And I could say your future's bright as ever. But honey, between you and me, most us fathers aren't the prophets we tend to pretend to be. So when that darkness finally finds you or boils up in your blood, just don't you come by it honest, and you can have my hand back if you want.
Thanks, everybody. So, I'm trying to think what I want to play. I love these rooms. I just want to play just keep playing all night, but I have to be selective. I don't want to bore you. This is a little love song I wrote. It's kind of about trying to be a good listener, maybe, or just like be a safe person to tell things to, or which I think is important. It's called Container.
I have a safe container that holds on to secrets now you know. So at least tell me part of what's been weighing on your heart, honey, if there's something I can hold. I have a safe container. Oh, I have a safe container. I'll say it's sealed when sorrow's seeping through. So tell me now before it soaks and wrings us out, honey, what can I hold for you? Say it, just like that, it's off your chest, and you can rest assured. Someone heard. I have a safe container, and it withstands burning fits of rage. We'll be okay, babe. We're Class A, fire rated. What can I hold for you today? What can I hold for you today? Just a little guy.
So I'm gonna do a couple more. I'm so grateful to you guys for coming out. This is the first time I've played in Illinois in literally, I think, over a decade. So it's very cool to have a room full of good listeners, and I think this is one of those it's better for me than it was for you situations. So I'm very grateful for you guys for having me, and for the two-way street for having me again. So keep supporting this. This is a cool thing to have in your community. So come out and do this a lot so that this stays. These are the things that like people aren't coming back out yet and doing. Like we're starting to kind of come back out into the world, but like these kinds of things are they're not avidly supported like they used to be. And we're seeing that in our community too. We have a lot of people that are trying to do stuff like this that's like, get out and do it. Otherwise it goes away, because it's a lot of work to put these things on. These guys are volunteering their time to come and just make this a cool town that has stuff like this happening in it. So thank you to all you guys for coming out and supporting it. And you guys are very good listeners too. I was horrified back there. I thought you guys were going to eat me alive. Thank you. So this is a song that I wrote. It's about, it was originally going to be a children's song. And I have several of those because I have several children. But it ended up not just being a little bit more applicable than I thought it was going to be. And I love it. This is going to be on my album as well. It's called Wildest Dreams. Show me the you that you see in your wildest dreams. Show me who I'd find flying through your mind as you sleep. Show me the you with all it takes to be the you want to be. Show me the you that you see in your wildest dreams. Show me the you that you are in your heart of hearts, with your walls all falling and you calling off the guards. Show me unafraid to make mistakes. Show all your scars. Show me the you that you are in your heart of hearts. If I could save your heart from breaking, there's no way you'd even have to ask. But I can't, and I'll remind you that you're wilder now for that. Show me the you that you see in your wildest dream, with that tidal wave rising and you riding wild and free. Show me all you're gonna make. Show me the stage and everything. Show me the you that you see in your wildest dreams. Show me the you that you see in your wildest dreams. Well, thank you guys again. This will be my last tune tonight. This is the title track off of my album. It's called Catch, and it's about breaking in a baseball mitt, actually. So, gear up. Here we go. Grandpa came to visit. I don't think I was even 6 yet. He said, "Why aren't you outside with that brand new mitt I sent you?" And I said, "Grandpa, I'm so grateful you send anything at all, but that glove hardly holds a ball." And he laughed his ass off. He said, "How could I forget? You can't just send a kid a mitt without a good old heart-to-heart about just how to break it in. Can't rush a glove to greatness. That's why I'm starting you right now. Go get it. I'll show you how."
show me how. You pound on the pocket with your fist, tap a mallet on the webbing, rubbing a little lanolin, tie it up tight under your mattress, and you'll feel it breaking in once you're out. For crying out loud, playing catch with it. Those summers that he came felt like more than just a game. We'd spend all those hours outside just shagging flies and reacquainting. And I'd say, Grandpa, I'm so grateful we found all this time to talk. But come on, man, could you just throw the ball? And he'd laugh his ass off. I grew out of that glove, but I kept it safe and sound. And now my own kid's growing up, so I found it and I pulled it out. Turns out she's a lefty. I hear Grandpa laughing now as we break in her brand new mitt. Same way my grandpa did. You pound on the pocket with your fist, tap a mallet on the webbing, rubbing a little lanolin, tie it up tight under the mattress. It's no use breaking in unless we're out. For crying out loud, playing catch with it. Let's get out now. For crying out loud, let's play some catch, kid.
Thank you guys very, very much.
What a wonderful night. I need to commend these ladies right here. They took my words to heart. I haven't heard a peep. So moms, thank you for bringing some good ones. Next week, we have the group Trillium. Like I said, the Hammered Dulcimer. If you've not heard that, look it up on the computer and you'll go, wow. But nobody gets out of the coffee house without an encore. So Kyle thought he was done. Actually, I told him ahead of time, so it's not totally a surprise. And I always tell them, save one more. And then sometimes they get that startled look like, uh-oh. So anyway, Kyle, do you have one more song?
I got one more.
Oh, good, then. Take it away.
So I told you I have like a million kid songs. We actually have an album that we're working on these kid songs. Have you guys ever heard the phrase, don't yuck my yum? You haven't? Yeah, it works, right? So my wife would say that to my kids, and I thought she made it up forever, and that she just had like a ton of integrity and didn't take any credit for it. Turns out she did not make it up. I've met a couple other people that heard it, but it's the best phrase ever for like everything, right? And we use it because our kids eat nothing that grows out of the ground ever, and then they start to take it to heart, and they actually apply it to things that aren't food, which is really funny. Like the other day, we were driving, and there was like a fox on a carcass on the side of the road, and my daughter Annie was like, ugh, and Kate was like, don't yuck that fox's yum. So they're learning and applying it incorrectly, but it kind of works. So this is my this is my Don't Say Yuck song, and it's actually really funny too because I kind of write these as like little joke songs, and it's the only song I've ever written that another musician has asked me to cover. Is Don't Say Frickin' Yuck is the song. I'm like, so I guess I should keep writing the kids songs, I guess. So thank you guys very, very much. Please keep supporting this. And again, Chain of Lakes is the name of the band where you can find the music. Not the middle school in Wisconsin, though. Chain of Lakes. It's on Facebook and all the other interweb stuff. And thank you guys very, very much. So this is Don't Say Yuck. Don't say yuck. Someone else says yum. Don't say boo hiss. Someone else says I like this. No, don't turn up your nose. We all like what we like, so when somebody else says yum, don't say yuck. Don't dare say you don't like it if you're too afraid to try it. Oh, for all you know, you just don't like it yet. And you might just be surprised, so be brave and take your baby bite. It's like that time I tried zucchini bread. Don't say yuck. Someone else says yum. Don't say boo hiss. Someone else says I like this. No, don't turn up your nose. We all like what we like, so when somebody else says yum, try giving it a try. And don't dare bring any vicious down on anyone's delicious. Now don't never knock a book you haven't read. Take a taste of what's around. Most things are better than they sound. I've already told you about zucchini bread. If your plate's full, why not share it? And don't forget to thank the hands that prepared it. If you're brewing up some attitude, just sprinkle in some gratitude and stir. And sing this for sure. Don't say yuck. Someone else says yuck. Don't say boo hiss. Someone else says I like this. No, don't turn up your nose. We all like what we like, so when somebody else says yum, try giving it a try. When somebody else says yum, don't say yuck. Thanks, guys.